Welcome to Be Who They Come To, where healing meets humor and spirit meets story. Oriana and Kelly are two friends who've stumbled, laughed, cried, and somehow found their way back to source. This podcast is a space to share the messy, magical journey of recovery, healing, and rediscovering themselves, and ideally, helping you do the same, with plenty of laughter along the way, because sometimes the best medicine really is a mix of soul work and a good sense of humor. And now, be who they come to.
Hey, Kel.
Heyo.
How you doing?
Oh, living the dream. Living the dream as usual.
I like your hair today. It looks great.
Oh, thanks.
You made an effort there. I chose not to.
You should see what is on the bottom.
I'm not wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants.
I am, and they're fancy.
Imagine putting on like what we call fancy pants now is like jeans. Because COVID, we just whipped out the tights every day.
It's like a COVID day today where you're like you're good, and then you're like, oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully nobody sees what. I don't have to get up for anything today.
Exactly.
So we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get this party started.
What's your quote today?
Hey, well, it is Brené Brown. I know you speak very, very highly of her.
I do.
And so this is a goodie. Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love yourself, even at the risk of disappointing others.
I love it. It's perfect.
That
it's
is such, yeah.
It's true, because when you're authentic, sometimes you're going to rub people the wrong way, you know, and setting boundaries is part of that authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm a people pleaser. And I think, disappointing other people is a thing I struggle with big time. So then that leads me to over giving and saying yes when I don't want to, and all of that stuff. So that I'm going to put that one up somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
It's okay to disappoint people for your own peace.
100%.
Because if your peace is disrupting somebody else, you got to take a look at that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my quote today, it's not actually a quote, it's a Mexican proverb, which I'm gonna say we're allowed. Okay. Like if I'm making the rules here on our quotes, we're allowed proverbs, we're allowed random things that we don't know who quoted, right? But mine today is they tried to bury you, not knowing you were a seed.
Oh, damn, girl.
Right. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, and it's true. Sometimes you feel like you've lost it all, or the world's out to get you. And then you manage to grow some roots again and rise above your shit.
Yeah. I'm in a germination period right now. I don't know if I'm going to quite take yet. But
I'm in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
I'm
sweating my leaves off.
That's it. I'm in the greenhouse still, but I'm getting there. Yeah. Things are getting good.
Well, at least we're in the greenhouse now. We're not in some random desolate desert or something.
That's right. We're getting watered. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, well, to get things going.
I think we need to welcome our listeners.
Well, yeah. I don't care to do that though. Like that's why I always skip over.
Not today. Welcome, listeners.
Never mind, y'all. No, if it wasn't for you guys, we would be nowhere, and it would just be a regular conversation between Kelly and I. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. We always appreciate it.
I think I'm just going to do a little shout out to our peeps that are actually getting back to us.
Yeah.
And providing us feedback. Like,
I love it. I love the feedback.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, truly.
And thanks
even
for
when
listening.
It's constructive criticism,
Yes.
I even appreciate that because we take that into account. We recently had somebody tell us they feel that it's maybe geared more towards women than it is towards men. And so we're like, okay, sweet. We're going to totally try and, dive into the other side of that as best we can anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just overwhelming. I mean, it touches my heart.
I know.
Yeah.
And then you have like everyone and their dog who wants to be on the podcast, and we're like trying to fit people in. We're like, okay, when we do this subject, we'll bring this person on, and so it's cool. It's a cool venture, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh yeah, it's and I'm reconnecting with people that that I kind of lost touch with a little bit.
Right.
So
Right.
it's I think we're reconnecting in our own personal lives over this podcast, which is amazing.
Absolutely. I agree.
So, all right, let's dive deep.
Now I'm allowed?
I guess.
Now I'm allowed? Fuck. Okay.
Boundaries.
Right. So today we're doing part 2 of boundaries, guys. We mentioned that last time. Last time was more about social media, and today is more about personal boundaries. And it's boundaries, love, respect, and the power of no. So, and we're back to that whole no is a full sentence, right?
Yes. Do you find yourself struggling to not provide an explanation when you say no? I do.
Only I wouldn't say I struggle with it, but I provide an explanation just to make myself clear, so that if I am setting a boundary, for example, I try to make sure I'm doing it with love, and that I'm not hurting the other person, because boundaries can hurt people sometimes, right? They'll take offense to it. And I'm of the mentality of you have to be honest, right? And I don't struggle with honesty. I don't. So for me, when your feet are firmly planted in honesty and authenticity, it's easier to say no. Yeah.
Well, I think when you know who you are, and when you have a strong sense of who you are, I think
Which
boundaries correlate with a really strong self identity.
Yep.
Because you don't feel like you're wavering or have to compromise. Because sometimes, compromising yourself is, well, it's not good.
Well, it leads to resentment.
Yep. Absolutely.
It leads to resentment. So you have to be careful. Like I am sometimes a people pleaser in relationships, only because I want to see them succeed, and I'm not a quitter. I'm not one of those people, well, like, bye, see ya, Felicia. Like, it's not, I'm one of those, okay, let's talk it out. Let's hash this out.
Right.
Let's make it work. Like, if I'm involved with somebody, it's because I want the commitment, right? And I'm choosing the commitment. So I was a people pleaser in previous relationships, and I have now vowed that I will never do that again.
I think too, it might be a generational thing, because I don't know about you, but we were still kind of in that generation where, like, this generation, they're allowed to talk about their feelings and how they feel and what they feel and da da da. And I think our generation was still very much not, children should be seen and not heard. You're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to question authority.
That's
like
right.
We kind of came from that generation. Like, our generation started to, bring that out of the shadow.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I think, with the I mean, I was the peacekeeper, I think. I mean, I was a little shit sometimes too, but
I was a little shit. I was definitely not the peacekeeper.
But sometimes it was like, I'm gonna keep the peace. I want to save an argument or stuff like that. And then so I felt unheard and my boundaries weren't being respected. Right.
Yeah.
So
and I think when you feel like your boundaries are violated, and I know in the past I used to be very reactive.
Right.
And when you feel violated, you don't necessarily have like a a voice, and you can't necessarily put a name to it, right? You just react knowing that somebody's crossed the line.
Right.
And through years and years of therapy and maturity and stuff, I'm very respectful during conversations and things like that. Like I said, I try to be respectful with my boundaries as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think sometimes people correlate boundaries into like compliance.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And that can be a really kind of dangerous. If you don't listen to me, then you're not respecting my boundaries. So how can we put up our boundaries, express our boundaries where, it's not infringing on somebody else as well?
Well, and I think too, like there's some people who go to the extreme with boundaries and it's actually abusive.
Yes.
Where it's like, you don't get to talk to me like that. You don't get to say that. You can't do this. You can't. And they're not boundaries. It's abuse. And
it's control.
100%. And I have a problem with that. So I always speak up. Right. And I always have. And there are boundaries that are self-preservation and respect for yourself and love for yourself. And then there are boundaries that, like you said, about control and compliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, been there.
No, and that's, because I think when people overgive or they're trying to fix somebody, they can get burnt out. And so sometimes it's just respecting where people are at and not putting your own boundaries on them, so to speak. It's like you can't project boundaries, I think.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
no, I know you can't.
All you can do is voice them, and your part in that is over. Then the person can choose to respect that or not, at which point you decide, am I stepping away from this now? Right?
Yeah.
Am I no longer involved in this relationship, friendship, whatever? And, it's, you make that call for yourself, right?
Yeah. And with that being said, there's like resentment, right? Like when you overgive, when you don't say no, the resentment sets in, and then that can get like really murky, right? And really essentially what that is, I think resentment is really coming from, I've crossed my own line now.
Well, that's it. Like, when was the last time you said yes when you should have said no? Do you recall?
That's like, no, I say yes way too many times still. I struggle with that.
I will say yes when I mean no, when it comes to knowing that I need to challenge myself, or if I'm being challenged. Like if I don't want to leave the house because I'm upset, or I haven't left the house in 3 days, and I haven't brushed my teeth in 2, and you've got a friend, like, get off your ass. Like, get off your ass, come meet me for dinner, come do this, come do that. And you're like, oh, fuck, and you want to say no, and you've said no, but they challenge you. And then it's like, okay, all right. And then you feel better when you do it.
Yes.
But so that's like a pseudo boundary, though. That's like a, you don't, it's, you almost, your friends and loved ones almost have permission to cross that one.
They can try.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a no still, and that's okay.
That's it.
As long as those are respected. I think giving somebody a little bit of a push when they have that type of relationship with you, I don't think is a bad thing.
No,
and
exactly.
I don't think they're disrespecting your boundaries. What they're trying to do is like, hey, try something new. Try something different.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing right now is clearly not working.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Because sometimes boundaries can be isolating. Right?
Oh, yeah,
because
for sure.
You get in this, I don't
it.
want to be hurt. I don't want to.
I've done it.
I'm just going to keep everybody away.
Safety and solitude, right? And then you have too much solitude, and that's not good either. Breeding ground for depression, right?
Exactly. And I mean, I think boundaries is more or less about peace.
100%.
So if you're creating boundaries and you're peaceful within yourself, I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
But if you're isolating, calling it boundaries, and you're not peaceful, then I think maybe taking a look at that and being like, is this an actual boundary, or is this isolated? Like, what is this about?
Right. There's been times where, and recently too, where I've overstepped with a boundary, where I've gone too far, and it's about trying to protect myself, but I've been aggressive about it almost, where it's like,
right,
don't treat me that way. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then I'm later like, okay, you know what? I came at you really hard.
yeah,
I'm sorry. And I've had to apologize recently over that. Like, I'm going through something, and that was a little aggressive. And, what I really mean is this, can you accept my apology? Right.
yeah, owning it.
That's it.
No.
That's it. And I try to do that as much as I can in my life.
Well, boundaries protect. It's really essentially for protection for time, energy, and emotional health. That's essentially what boundaries are.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's too, and we talk about this often too, attachment styles, right? Your cam froze.
When we were doing
okay.
the research for this, it was like, oh, attachment styles correlate or have a huge impact.
Yeah, the main two
boundaries.
attachment styles, if y'all aren't aware, there's an avoidant attachment and an anxious attachment. So you have a person who runs and a person who clings, or and it becomes like this struggle that you have, but it requires work on both people's parts, because you'll have your avoidant who maybe puts up boundaries that your anxious person doesn't understand, crosses without meaning to, but
no, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the secure, right, is about closeness. It's about independence, communicating their needs directly. So when you have a secure attachment, I think boundaries are quite easy.
Yep.
And then, like you said, we have the anxious. Fears rejection, over explains, avoids conflict.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
The avoidant needs control and shuts down.
Yes.
And the fearful avoidant, I didn't know about this one.
Yeah.
Craves closeness but fears it.
Yep. It's true, because they don't know how to communicate that, right? Whereas they want they don't know how to accept love. Right? Or oftentimes show it. So it comes across, not in a way that they mean to.
What do you think your attachment style is?
I'm an anxious attachment. I'm getting towards secure. I was secure in the past, and a recent relationship turned me into a very anxious person.
Right.
And I developed an anxious attachment style because I was in a very unpredictable relationship, and that creates uneasiness and worry and rumination. So I became that, and I'm working my way back from that. So I'll get back to the secure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you?
That's definitely anxious.
Yeah.
But this fearful avoidant, but
that's partly you too, though. I think you're a little bit of a fearful avoidant as well.
Yeah, I'm a combo.
You are. Yeah, you're a clusterfuck of fucking attachment styles.
And I think, to be honest with you, maybe there's some truth to that, because I have different attachment styles with different roles in my life. Same with you, I think.
Yeah, actually. You're not wrong.
And I think that's appropriate, actually, because, at work, maybe you have a secure attachment where you're like, nope, da 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 da. And then when you come home, it's anxious, or, with exes, or
exactly.
co-parenting with special people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I definitely have, when it comes to co-parenting, I'm more secure because I'm confident in my boundaries.
Right.
And sometimes you have to make compromises for the sake of the kids, right? So you will kind of take that wall down a little bit because it's about the kids, right? So,
Yes.
but I wouldn't say that turns me into an anxious attachment. I'm still more secure in that respect, but yeah, I guess I kind of flop around too a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not only me.
No, I guess I'm a clusterfuck myself.
Sorry, I've had too much coffee and you know how it gets.
Are you drinking another one?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, I know. Good luck with your panic attacks in life.
Right? Well, we have an important meeting tonight, so chill the fuck out.
I know. You know what? I'll water it down later.
Yeah.
So we also have five types of boundaries. We have physical. So that's really like space, personal touch, privacy, right?
Right.
And so I think with physical boundaries, I really struggle with that.
What do you mean in what way?
Sorry. I just I'm not an overly affectionate person. I don't let a lot of people into my, if I'm hugging you, it's because we're really close.
Yeah, you won't. You're not the type, you're not just like super welcoming and warm in that sense too. Like it takes you a minute to warm up. Yeah. You're kind to everybody and you're respectful to everybody and you're still yourself. But when it comes to actually, when it comes to like affection,
I really struggle with that.
I'm pretty open. I'll hug pretty early in a relationship, you know, because I'm a vibey person. I'm an energy, person. And even if somebody seems even if they're vibing a little lower than me, I'll still give a hug because maybe sometimes my energy will project onto them if I'm feeling good, right? And then sometimes it's about the exchange. And you never know how you're going to affect somebody, right? So sometimes a hug, if you're just recently only had maybe a couple interactions with somebody, and you're saying hi to them again, and it's a hug, right? Like it's good to see you. It's the soul in me recognizes the soul in you, right? And it's kind of like a little moment of connection.
Yeah, and I think it's being able to read the other person's vibe as well.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, if they're kind of like standoffish, you're not gonna jump over and hug them.
Yeah, you've got to respect. Like some people might not like it, might not like hugs, but yeah. And I'm pretty good at reading that too. Like if somebody's a little more reserved, I don't go launching my body at them. Let me lunge at you, right? I'm gonna lunge at you just so that I can hug you. Yeah, but in relationships, I'm very affectionate. I'm affectionate with my children. I'm affectionate with my partner.
Yeah, I think, and that's where I maybe overcompensate a little bit. Because with my kids, I hug them sometimes a couple of times a day where they're just like, okay, mom, like chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out.
And with teenagers, like my boys are teenagers. And so I just give them a kiss on the top of the head. Now I'll walk in when they're gaming and just like smooch and, and they're like, mom. And I'm like, I can freaking kiss you if I want to. You're mine. You belong to me.
When we're talking about this too, it's funny because with Liv, she's really taught me about boundaries. Like even for instance, she doesn't like me taking pictures of her without permission. She's like, Mom, you need to ask permission. And I was like, but I'm your mother. And
she's very good at that. She's very
But I was just like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Because they're at that age where they have their own autonomy. And we may not understand it. So yeah, she's been doing that.
She's very with the autism, she has very black and white thinking, right?
Yes.
And so for her, it's like, that's a boundary. I'm letting you know, please don't cross it. And she's very non-emote about it, right? So she's like, if you can't understand that, I'm gonna pull away from you, right? Like she's very confident in that. And that's the autism, but it's also her personality too, right?
Yes.
I think
like when I go and play with her hair, I'll do this to her, but then she'll come and show me how she's experiencing it. And she'll be like, how do you like it? She'll do it to me.
Yes,
I'm like,
I
but
love
I'm
that
not
about her.
doing that to you. And then,
Yeah,
but then she's like, but that's how she's experiencing it.
that's it. Yeah.
Like she'll show me, and I'm like, oh,
Almost like a
damn.
violation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's very
she's
tactile
taught me.
defensive.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
she's really good that way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things I can learn from Liv. I think we both.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so if
Yeah.
there's physical boundaries, there's emotional boundaries,
Yes. Yeah.
right? There's like if somebody's dumping too much on you,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
you're I can't process everything you're telling me right now,
Hmm.
right? Like
Hmm.
I need to step back. But I got some broad shoulders. So,
Hmm.
go ahead and dump on me,
Right.
I'll talk to you for 3, 4, 5 hours, if
Hmm.
that's what it takes to talk you off a ledge, if you're in a moment
Hmm.
of crisis. I'm a good listener, and I'll drop what I'm doing and go to you type thing. So
Right.
with emotional boundaries, I'm good at keeping mine
Hmm.
and respecting others.
Hmm.
I'm not afraid to say, like, well, I gotta go now, like I'm
Hmm.
tired. And,
Yeah.
like there's, you and I don't have those with each other. We don't have boundaries. No, there's zero boundaries with us, truly.
You know what? For two women that don't have like a lot of boundaries, though, we understand each other, though.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think it's like, okay, Kelly's having an off day or O's having an off day, so
Yeah.
I'll either check in or I'll back away. So I think we do have boundaries. It's just unspoken because
Yeah, because we've
we
known each
just
other so
understand
long.
each
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Yep.
So yeah, so it's and like another boundary too is mental, respecting other people's opinions. And I think as a society, this is where
Right.
we've kind of went a little bit nutso,
Oh, fucking bananas.
you know.
Bananas. Yeah.
We don't have to agree.
No, we don't. We
Yeah.
don't. I have very strong opinions and views on the COVID situation, for example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have strong opinions and views on vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm anti-stupid.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I want to make educated decisions for myself and my children when it comes to what I'm putting in my body and in theirs. They're my
Right.
responsibility. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to COVID, I'll be honest,
Right.
this, I brought my kids to every protest.
Right.
I was not okay with what was happening, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm able to maintain friendships with people who are highly pro-vax and,
Right.
and wear masks almost 24/7, And so
Yep.
I'm okay with that. That's how you feel. I'm
Right.
good. I'm good. Please respect me and where I'm coming from because I have my reasons and big
Right.
ones for the way, for how I was viewing that whole situation. But COVID's a really
Right.
good example. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. 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 And and it's so important. That, and I mean, as long as people, and that's another boundary, right? Like, I may not agree with this person, but do they align with my values? Like, what,
That's right.
and if they don't, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't be having conversations because
Yeah.
this may trigger some other things, right?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
So,
COVID ended a lot of relationships. It ended
mhm,
marriages. It ended
yeah,
friendships. It ended,
hmm,
family ties. Um,
right,
my family stopped talking to
hmm,
me. And it's
right,
like, I can't believe that you're willing to sever that tie
hmm,
over, and there's other things that come into play with that. And, it was about health and whatnot. So
hmm,
people felt threatened by that, people's opinions and whatever. So it's
right,
a touchy subject to begin with. But yeah, like it was, I lost some pretty important relationships
yeah,
because of my views and my approach to things. But
right,
that's my boundary, and
hmm,
that's something that I firmly believed. So I was able to easily put my foot down about it.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No, it's um, yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes we have to agree to disagree. Really,
That's it.
that's
And people struggle to do that nowadays. Now it's just become we disagree. Well, bye.
hmm,
No, It doesn't have to be that way. When did we become a society that's just become so black and white where that's concerned?
Well, and that's essentially it.
Yeah.
I think, and with a world full of opinions and belief systems, let's just like try and coexist with the boundary that, hey, that doesn't align with me, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Another
exactly.
one is time and energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is where burnout comes into. You have
Yes.
to kind of know the time and energy that you can put into something, because sometimes,
Yeah.
if you don't have boundaries, you can burn out.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you're giving
Hmm.
somebody a timeline and you cross your timeline, like for instance, like tiny example, when you're doing tarot. I can't hear you, Kelly. You muted yourself.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, you were talking to somebody. I'm like, why would you do that randomly in the middle of our show? Like I was using the example of your tarot. You have a price set for a 1-hour tarot
Yeah.
reading, right? But in the past, you would go hour and a half sometimes.
Yes. Yep.
Like you crossed your own boundary and now
Yes.
you're more firm. There's people that will set
Yes.
a timer. It's a 15-minute appointment, timer on. And
Yeah.
it's not a matter of disrespecting somebody, but like sometimes you have to do that for yourself. That timer is for that person because they tend to go overboard and they tend to babble and they tend, you know what I mean? Like, so it's that's important, the time boundary,
Right.
and respecting people's time. Yeah. And then
No, exactly.
and showing up on time for things.
Yes.
When you're
Yeah.
meeting somebody for a dinner, a meeting, and you say 7 o'clock and you're showing up at 7:30 without a call,
Right.
without a text, without a good reason.
Mhm.
If I can't show up for 7, I'm letting you know at 10 to 7.
Yeah. A text message, or
That's it.
something.
Running
Yeah.
behind, or I'll even tell people, 5 minutes away. So I'm good with that with you when I'm picking you up for something and we're heading out. I try to let you know so that to get your house out the door because I'm picking you up, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
No, and that's just respect too. And that's what boundaries are about. It's about respect.
Absolutely. And people, I think, nowadays are very lackadaisical with the respect that they show others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you have
And
respect for yourself, you are more respectful of others as well. Like I value people's time immensely
right.
because I know that when I'm giving of my time,
Mhm.
it's important and it means
Yeah.
something to me. So I respect other people's time as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly. And the last one is spiritual values.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I on Sundays, you and I go to church.
Yeah.
Right. There's times I turn down plans. Sorry, going to church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something that we do for us, for ourselves, right? That's our girl time too, me and you, right?
Yeah. And our church is not the typical church, right? Like it's more about spiritualism. And so when I explain it to people, sometimes they're like, that's not church. And I was like, well, it's my church.
My church is outside. If I really had to, label something, it's the outdoors, it's forests, it's nature, it's water is my church. But we go to quote unquote church because it's like-minded people. And there's a sense of community and togetherness, like in a typical religious environment. Church, but ours is it's speakers, it's raising your vibration, right? There's energy healing sessions.
Well, it's believing in a higher power and whatever that may be.
That's right.
Really.
Source, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it, God. And that religious beliefs and stuff and spirituality needs to be respected as well, right? That's a boundary as well. Like if you're a religious person and you study the Bible, for example, I'm happy for you. That's great that you have a passion or drive or direction that you're taking your life, but don't push it on me, please.
Yep. And vice versa.
100%. I'm not going to sit there and talk you out of your religion.
That's right.
I may have an opinion about it and I'm entitled to my opinion, but I'm not going to sit there and tell you you're wrong.
Right.
Who am I to say that you're wrong about that? Like, But
So,
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I
No, I
cut
was
you off
just
there.
gonna reiterate that again, that it's individual, right? It's all subjective.
Mhm. Well, and with boundaries, so we discussed the 5 physical types, right?
Yeah.
And space being one, but this is when we were doing our research, emotional integration. Like that's super, I didn't kind of know that that was a thing to make boundaries sustainable.
Yeah, so it's not just you're setting it once and then breaking it the
Mhm.
next time, that you really are firmly planted in that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. No, that makes
Boundary
sense.
hangover is, well, I was like, what?
Ooh,
And
what's that about?
it's about, so when you put a boundary up and you're struggling with boundaries, it's
Mhm.
called a boundary hangover where you feel guilt, anxiety, and you second guess
Right.
yourself. I'm
Yeah.
like a
You do
big,
that. Yes. You
a
do that.
lot.
You're like, I said this and now like maybe I shouldn't have said that, and
Hmm.
it's and I help you and you help me
Yeah.
reinforce that decision, where it's like, no,
Hmm.
you were right. You were spot on with that. And that's something
Hmm.
that was valid.
Hmm.
And and
Hmm.
we back each other in that sense too, right? Sometimes you gaslight yourself and you're
Yeah.
like, that was too much, I shouldn't have done it, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And sometimes you
Right.
just need that confidence rebuild,
Hmm.
to kind of set you straight. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I didn't know that was a thing. And I'm like, oh, wow, I have a lot of boundary hangovers.
Yeah, no,
I
it
need
makes
to
sense.
start drinking more water. Just some-
Right? Seriously, there's a pill for that, I'm sure. you know
Exactly. And with boundaries too, it's also like physically, it's I think readjusting your body to feel safe all the time. And I
Yes.
think both you and I are struggling with that right now.
Yes, because I
Hmm.
I I've secluded myself to feel safe. And
Right.
I'm having to learn, and I'm struggling with feeling safe amongst others.
Hmm.
Recently having gone through some major changes and
Hmm.
traumas, it's become a safe space for me where I'm inside my home alone, you know?
Hmm.
And that's not
And is
healthy
that
either.
really safe though? Yeah,
No, it's not.
it's
It's avoiding triggers.
yes.
It's
And
trigger
that's not
avoidance.
safe.
No, no. And you stop growing.
Yes.
You stop
I think
growing.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're trying to, spend time alone in solitude and stuff to kind of process things, and just learn to be with yourself and to just
Hmm.
be. Um, but yeah, too much of that ain't good.
Yeah, and I think when people are struggling, with creating a boundary within themselves or for other people, labeling it, just owning it, being like, I'm really struggling with this right now.
Mhm. Yep.
It's
And you can say that to somebody if someone is crossing a line with you. You can just say,
hmm.
I'm struggling with what you just said, or I'm
Hmm.
struggling to understand what you mean."
Hmm.
Right? Like,
Hmm.
I think that's an important question too. I know that if, somebody was setting a boundary with me and I wasn't quite
Hmm.
sure why, or,
Right,
I would ask. I would say, "What do you
right.
mean? What do you
Yep.
mean?" Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you
Or or
show?
or apologize when you do, because you don't
Hmm.
mean to often,
Yep.
right? Like, it's not something you're like, "No, I'm gonna go against what this person just said."
Hmm.
Like, or if I say something, it's like, I'm sorry, that's not how I meant it, you know?
Hmm.
I'm sorry
What
I
I'm
hurt you, or
learning, what I'm learning too is when I'm setting a boundary and it's uncomfortable
Mhm.
or awkward,
Yeah.
essentially I'm growing. Because I really like
Yeah,
you, like
that
to stay in my
discomfort.
comfort zone.
Yep.
Um, so when I'm sitting in that awkwardness or discomfort, I try and switch it around and be like, okay, this is a learning moment here. Because
Yep.
if I'm not feeling comfortable, that means I'm learning something because I'm
That
stepping
makes sense.
outside of my comfort zone. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Well, that's where life happens, is outside your comfort zone, right? You're not gonna learn and grow spending time at home by yourself ordering your groceries, right?
Yeah. Really?
Dude, I'm right there with you right now. It's like Instacart this, milk that, like it's damn, that's convenient.
Yeah. It
really is. But yeah, we can't live there. You can't stay there. Eventually you got to go buy your groceries, right?
Oh yeah. It just helps me from overbuying.
When was the last time you did real groceries?
Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. You know what it is for me too, though? It's social anxiety.
Right.
Bumping into somebody I know. I'm in and out of there so fast, like I just, I don't care to make small talk because I struggle with small talk. I have to really be in the mood to connect with somebody if I'm going to go out and see people. And
with me, it's just, it helps me meal plan better too.
Yep, that makes sense.
Because I'm you're only buying what you need. What I need.
That's right.
Not buying some Toblerone bar that I'm going to need at 12 o'clock.
But they do still have those for Instacart, right? Like I order Kit Kats. I order several Kit Kats through Instacart.
Sometimes the emotional eating, whatevs, it just, it helps.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And another thing with boundaries is, and I'm kind of repeating myself here, but spiritual alignment.
Yeah.
I think it really helps when you kind of sometimes give it to a higher power, whatever that may be, go hug a tree, whatever, when you're struggling.
Yep.
With
oh God, I hugged a tree the other day. It felt so good.
Really?
It was so good. Yeah, when I was walking Phoebes. Like I always do in the forest. And I was just like, I need to touch you right now. Touched a big ass old tree and it felt so good. So good.
And that's, I think because you're a feeler, that would absolutely make sense.
Oh God, yeah. I definitely recommend trying it. You just, for me, I feel it right through my arm and go into my chest. Like it's, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And some people use prayer too.
Oh, for sure.
If they, if they don't want to become interactive with that, they'll use prayer or affirmations or mantra.
Yep. Yeah, I think too, a lot of people before you set a boundary, you have to maybe repeat some mantras to yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Where you're like, I'm not doing anything wrong. No is my boundary. It's okay to say no. And you have to say it a few times to yourself, whether that's in the mirror or in your head, out loud, before you can actually say to somebody like,
or journal,
stop right there. Yeah. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I can't sing. Is that not the Spice Girls?
Oh my.
Good old
And Spice. I was worried about me.
Yeah.
And and with boundaries, sometimes it's just letting it go.
Yeah.
Let it go and don't reopen that door, whether it be a person or a workplace or whatever, and just be like, yeah, that doesn't align with me at all.
Yeah.
And I've tried, but my boundary is I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. And I think too, you don't always have to voice your boundary.
No.
You can just step back and be like, not for me. I don't need to share with you why. I don't need to tell you that you've crossed a line with me. I'm just going to step back and we'll figure it out.
People usually know.
If they've crossed a line with you. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, because both you and I mean, although I struggle with boundaries, there's like the deal breakers. I mean, I struggle with those a smidgen, but I'm getting way better. So, it's kind of like, oh yeah, no, Kelly is not gonna be like, that's not something that she's going to, be okay with, so to speak.
Yep. Or there's times where, I'll be talking to somebody and I'll mention your story or something about you. And I know how far I can go with that. I know what is okay to share about you and respect your privacy.
Right.
And you and I have pretty big circles where that's concerned. Like, the same what you can share. I'm a pretty open book, right? So go ahead and share whatever. But not everybody's that way.
No.
But I know where I need to stop with you, even when you're not present.
That's right.
Right? Boundaries don't need to be in the company of someone, right?
That's right.
There's integrity, and it's doing the right thing even when nobody's watching.
Yep.
Respecting people's boundaries even when nobody's watching.
Yeah, and trusting the people in your life that when you're not present, your boundaries are still going to be respected.
That's right.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah. It's true, because you have people who are nice to your face and talk shit behind your back.
That's a biggie.
I know people like that. Right?
Well, the way I judge it, no, and the way I judge that now, and I never used to be that judgmental, but when somebody's airing out somebody's dirty laundry,
you can be sure they're doing it to you.
Well, and they have no business talking to me about it, then I'm like,
yep,
okay,
yeah, I just smile and nod
there.
Yeah, I just smile and nod. But even when somebody's doing that too, you can bet they're doing it behind your back to somebody else too. Right? It's like, don't think that you're exempt from that person talking shit about you,
Yeah. That's
I mean,
it.
the right people are going to know what's true and what's not.
Of course.
But there's, when you're hearing something about yourself that is untrue, and boundaries were crossed, you're just like, okay, sure.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Just
let it go.
Let
them. Mel Robbins, let them. That's been, oh my God, that's been overused.
I was going to start
go
singing.
Fuck themselves sometimes too, right? Like,
I was going to start singing "Let It Go" Frozen, but I won't do that. We've already covered the Spice Girls.
I sound like a drowning cat when I sing. So, and you actually sing. You have a voice.
I
so
do.
please go ahead.
Yeah.
Our listeners are waiting, Kelly.
Yeah.
If you know what, it feels weird saying Kelly. I don't call you Kelly.
No.
To your face.
No.
I say it behind your back.
Okay.
Kelly, Kelly that. I don't call you Kel to other people, right? Like to you, to me, to your face, you're Kel. But
well, that's a boundary that I have that I'm pretty good at. Like when people call me Kel, especially at work or something, I'm like, it's Kelly.
Yep.
Only my close peep. Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yep.
Only my close peeps can call me Kel. That's a boundary that I have. And it's not to offend anybody, but that's just where it is.
Yep. No, that's definitely something. Yeah.
So talking about boundaries. So what boundary do you think you're going to work on this week? I
think starting this evening with our meeting, our very, very important meeting. That's why we've been a little MIA, guys, and late with another episode, because we have some things going on behind the scenes that have taken precedence over the podcast just for a little bit. But our very important meeting this evening. I'm going to, I think, be a better listener and respect people's boundaries in that sense, where they need to talk and I need to listen. And maybe oversharing,
That's a big one.
Oversharing. Yeah.
That's
because
really
I'm
good.
such an open book, I'm okay with talking about myself. But sometimes it doesn't all need to be laid out there either. So, there's times in the past where I've caught myself and be like, oh my God, I overshared like way too soon. TMI, way too soon with that new person, right? And then you dump on them and that person's like, you told me about your childhood wounds within the first 5 minutes of meeting me. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but
no.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's, but yeah, I think starting this evening, I think setting expectations is important. That's almost like a preemptive boundary, right?
Right.
It's like, okay, this is what we're going to do, or this is how it's going to be. And it's laying the groundwork for it,
So that would be more like emotional, protecting feelings, that type of
Yeah.
boundary. It's going to be an
Yep.
emotional boundary.
Yep. And sometimes it's important and maybe I'm wrong, but to maybe set a boundary for someone else. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
with you, where I'm like, no, Cal, you need to say no to that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, like
Yeah.
and again, you and I can tell each other what to do because we have that relationship.
Yeah.
But
It's
like,
true.
no, Cal, you need to say no. No, that's not okay that they're doing that to you. Put your foot down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm kind of trying to encourage you to create a boundary, maybe where you're lacking one, right?
Yeah.
Or you have a
Yeah. I think
weakness in that area.
with mine, I think I'm going to try the physical. I'm going to try to be more.
A hugger. A hugger.
I'll start with hugging a tree and I'll go from there.
There we go.
But I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Other than like outside of my kids and stuff like that, I'm really gonna try. Not that I'm gonna go start hugging random people, but even just with body language, I'm really gonna be mindful
Yeah.
if I'm closed in, and because like
Mhm.
yeah, the group tonight, I think I need to work on my body language a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
put
And
people
we
at
definitely have
ease.
to wear a professional hat as much as we want
Yes.
to um, be a friend and a peer, and whether we know somebody or not. It's there's that professional boundary as well, right? Where
Hmm.
you have to
Oh
establish an
yes.
expectation that this is what we're about. This is how things are going to go down. Um,
Hmm.
and sometimes you have to set people straight, and that's tough.
Yes,
That's
it
tough
is.
when
Yeah.
somebody's crossed a boundary and now you have to speak up. Ouch,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Some people are not good with that. And I I've gotten pretty good with that where,
Hmm.
I'm like, that was not okay.
Hmm.
That was not okay. That was not okay with me. I don't like what you said. I'm not a fan of what you're doing, right? And
Hmm.
because maybe that's a moral boundary for me. Like somebody
Hmm.
lying,
Hmm.
right? Lying, cheating, where you're aware of
Hmm.
something. You're like, I am not going to participate in this. Like, that's a boundary of mine. You are not going to involve me in your bullshit
Hmm.
of being, unfaithful or lying or omitting, even, right?
Yep, that's
Lying
a
by
biggie.
omission. So
Hmm.
it's, to me, I will tell somebody I'm not okay with that.
Hmm.
I'll say it,
Yeah,
you know?
which is good.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
it's a respect thing too, right? To me,
Hmm.
that's please respect the fact that I'm not going to participate in your bullshit.
Hmm.
I'm
Right,
stepping back. I'm removing myself, right?
right. Well, with that being said, I have a closing quote.
Ooh.
Boundaries don't end love, they teach it.
Mm,
And
I
here's
like
another one.
that.
My no is sacred, my yes is honest.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that
That's a
one is
good one.
that's the one I gotta. My no is sacred, my yes is honest. And then the
Yeah,
resentment goes, how bye.
that's right. And it's Brene Brown too. Um, she talks about having that uncomfortable conversation
Hmm.
to prevent or avoid resentment.
Yes.
You have sometimes it's super uncomfortable
Yep, it is.
to set a boundary, right?
But
It
that's
doesn't
where you
always
grow.
feel good,
Hmm.
you know? Right?
That was a beautiful conversation, oh,
I know, and we
as
were
usual.
so unprepared today. We're like, "Fuck, we're gonna wing this. We're not feeling great." Like, but we have to do it.
We
It's a
just got to
promise.
do it.
It's a promise to each other and ourselves. And I have a pounding headache today. I have a
Hmm.
barometric pressure headache. So I'm like, my hat's even bugging me today. And I love hats. But yeah,
The hamster's doing cartwheels today in my brain, so that's where I'm
well,
at.
that's the coffee, dear.
Yeah. It's not coffee. What are you talking about?
That's the 5 energy drinks you drank.
I don't do energy drinks. I just do a little bit too much coffee.
Yeah. No,
Well,
but
I just wanted to
yeah.
thank everybody again.
Yes, thank you guys for listening and for your support. It's
Yeah.
the love is felt and it's not lost on us.
Hmm.
Um please like and subscribe and share. That would
Yes.
be maybe somebody who would benefit from our shooting the shit.
Yeah, no, it's
Right?
we're getting really good feedback, and we're also on other platforms too, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Amazon. So feel free. Hey Alexa, play Be Who They Come To podcast.
yeah,
We're right
yeah,
there. You know,
yeah.
we're on iHeartRadio.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Spotify, YouTube.
Blast
There
the
was another
radio
one.
on Wednesdays.
Yes, blasttheradio.com. Wednesday nights
Mm-hmm.
at 8 o'clock we are aired. So
Mm-hmm.
check it out.
Yeah. I'm
Hopefully
excited
we'll
for our next podcast as well, because I think we'll be able to talk about what we've been doing behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
So
Yeah.
we got some good stuff coming.
And what's our next subject?
I think we decided it was going to be about grief and loss.
Yes.
Yeah, and we will
Yes.
be having a guest for that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So stay
he's
tuned. That's exciting.
I
So
know he's super
exciting.
awesome, and he's got a lot to say. So
Yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that. Guests are fun. We got to do more of that. So,
yes, exactly.
but yeah,
Alrighty, well, we'll see y'all next week, and take care, and thank you for your time.
peace out.
Ciao.